I have a little bit of an insight into this show because I first met Greg in, I think, 1984, 83, 84. And when I met Greg, he was 20 years old, and all he did was talk pretty much nonstop about how he wanted to live forever. Something that nobody that age thinks about. You know, when you're in your early 20s and you're young, as many of you know, you're not worried about that stuff. Greg was obsessed with it from a very early age. Greg, you finally, I feel like, have realized your life's dream of making a show, but I think this is your fantasy in a way.
Well, yeah, but I'm only halfway there. I'm only halfway there. The whole point of the show is to get people to devise an actual version of this in time for me to get there. Now, I'm in my 50s now. I don't know how long I can keep this up. And I'm certainly hoping if Amazon does a version of this for real, that they appreciate that I brought them the show and give me a free upload.
The inside of the suit is meant to look like it has rubber fingers that are meant to fill with water in your various orifices. And tell me, Greg, if I'm, you know.
I know, I'm realizing that's exactly what it is, and I have to own it.
Allegra, you should know. Allegra, you should know that Greg was talking in great detail about this suit in 1984. I'm curious about something. Andy, you are an angel in this world. You help curate this world and take care of people. Is this the world you would choose? Or if you could choose your world, who would curate it? Would you want Facebook to curate it? Would you want a famous world-renowned chef to curate it? What's your dream of what your world would be like?
Ooh. I mean, I'm all for a Caribbean vacay. So, you know, I think, and actually in the show, there is a Caribbean afterlife, and it's curated by Apple. It's called Apple Cove. But you know, I'm not married to any one technological company.
Yeah.
I love Amazon.
What you're doing now is shameless. I think what you're doing now is shameless.
If Amazon were
like, is
smart.
there? But when you mentioned Caribbean, I was thinking, I love the Caribbean, but that can't be my afterlife because I would just be, I can't handle the sun. I would be like an old lady covered in a towel.
But it's afterlife. You wouldn't get sunburned. We could program it.
You guys don't understand. Even in a virtual world, I will burn instantly. Robbie, your character is he's a jerk, and he does something, he does something, I want to not give away too much, but he has some characteristics and he does some things in his real life when he's alive that are sort of quasi-unforgivable. But then it seems like he becomes a much better person once he's uploaded over time. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I definitely start off, or Nathan starts off as a bit of a shallow douchebag. But at the same time, you know, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, or, you know, doesn't have a malicious intent. And then you find out that maybe he did some pretty poor things. But I think what's interesting is, as you see him develop and grow in the first season, it kind of raises the question of, you know, are we the decisions we've made, or can people change? And I think that Nathan learns a lot from Andy's character, Nora, and you know, he sees in her someone who's, you know, really struggling to help their father after losing their mother. And I think there's a big perspective shift in him, and he kind of realizes what's important in life. So I think, you know, I just think it's really interesting that Greg can take a comedy, a sci-fi comedy, and add so much heart to it, and ask, you know, so many interesting questions.